Hey YouTube, it's AdamX20 and today the video is a little bit different. I'm showing off the software I'm working on just to show people what I'm doing off camera because on camera I guess I feel like I'm a little boring sometimes. So this is my software. It's not like my original work by any means. It's a fork of OpenRPG, a virtual game table software, which is really old now. It's like 10 years old, and it hasn't seen really good development in a number of years. And I'm doing like a near complete rewrite of the software. So what we have here is the map. Over here where my little hand icon is, this is the map. And what this is going to be is where we can place miniatures. I will open up the map toolbox here and throw down a miniature. So what we can do then is use these miniatures to play role-playing games. War games will be part of it, and also card games. Let me show you the card game thing here. This is the card game deck manager, the card and deck manager, which isn't fully done yet. You'll be able to add an image here, create new game rules for cards, and then you'll be able to organize your different decks and all of your different cards in libraries. Um, let's see here. I kind of want to show off what I'm doing here. So up here I have all the different layers. This is the background layer, the grid layer, the miniatures layer, and the canvas layer. Do something with the canvas layer right there. You can draw. You can also just write plain text. And the cool thing is you can actually move this text around if you don't like its position. And you'll be able to change the color and thickness of these lines. You can right now, but it's not transferred over through the network. Um, let's see here. This is in alpha state, so there's quite a few things that are going to change. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding shapes right now, and this is one of the cool features. I think is one of the cooler features that is going in Pious Paladin, and I just screwed up. There it is. Okay. So this is a shape, and I'm going to change its light level now. Change it to dark. Change these to, come on, stop doing that, dark. And change this one to, stop doing that, dark. And then I'm going to go here to effects, and I have several different effects. Wait, how come my new effects didn't load? Well, that sucks. That really sucks. What's going on here? Jesus, what the hell? There they are. So I'll do that again. I had to regenerate some files. There we go. Same idea, same general idea. Some of the controls are a little, I don't know, they're a little wonky right now. They're kludgy. I'm gonna rework them so that they're better. Okay, so I had an effect here. I'll add a candle in here, and you see what we got here is a light radius for it. I'll move this candle around, and it'll move the light radius. If I add a torch, the torch kind of takes over, and then we have like a radius of bright light, and then a radius of low light, and here, and you see that they stay within their shape, and they will also stay out of shapes, which is kind of cool. So if the grid area was dark, you could see that light. And I'm going to add the shape again because this dwarf one has some information here. There's a rule sheet, so I can see this rule sheet and then I can view it sheet. You can see it has HP 35, armor class of 20, and a short sword of it says 1d3 plus, oh, excuse me, 1d20 plus 2. So I can edit all of that information. And this is going to be rules information that people can share over the map. So it's going to be kind of advanced. One of the Another one of the cool features here is the way the effects work. It works on the level of the grid. So each cell here recognizes that there's light in it, and at what level of light is in it. So if you move the torch around, it changes what cell data is in there in the actual cell data. And I'm going to do the same thing with miniatures. Say if he has like a fear effect or a morale effect, then the elves around him would have be affected by that. Boy, I don't know what to say, man. It's kind of a plug for me, but you know what? This is what I spend a lot of my time on. So you just roll dice. You can roll dice like this by pressing the dice. Add a modifier. I want to add 10 to all of those. It'll roll 10. And I've made some changes so you see all of the dice in a list, and then you see the modifier on the outside. This, with the dice rolls, I've actually added a real math function. So if I want to roll 5d8 plus 5, I can. But if I want to roll 5d8 versus 4, what is my die roller? Why isn't versus working? Oh. Because I need to put it in the brackets. And see, every die roll here is then, if it's greater than 4, it's counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's bolded and turned red. So if I make that versus 8, does it again, and we do it a third time, and we see that not the 7. The 7 isn't counted, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's doing it this way. It's rolling 5d8, then it's adding 5 to all of the die rolls. So if I want to do something a little bit different where it's 5d8 versus 8 and then add 5, I roll it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I failed. And the 5 isn't really being added because it's using a verse, but it's alpha. Things like that can be worked out. So this connects to the network. It'll connect to a server, and I'll start the server right here. And I've made some changes to the server, so it's really easy to get connected. So if I try to connect the server right now, because it says the port is not forwarded, it wouldn't run. Let's see if I have any ports available here. Probably not. Timed out. That's not good. So none of those ports work. So if I try this, I'll just click OK or not. That should have worked. And I'll start it, and it says your current port is not open or not configured correctly. Without a port properly forwarded, your server will not be available to non-local clients. Would you like to continue? I think this is another awesome feature that I've added. Um, that way, people will know that they can't just connect to a server and or just get a server up and running. If they have a problem with it, they'll be notified. This isn't going to work. But I'm going to connect with this local IP and then using the port that was there. And what the heck, man? That's so wrong. Whatever. It's not supposed to do that. There's supposed to be a lot of backgrounds. Um, see, can I move one? So apparently I broke something. Good thing this is alpha. But yeah, it shows all the light effects that are available. If I move to the miniatures layer, I can move all these light effects. And it's kind of a murder mystery going on. That's the way I have it set up. Move table. We go over here, we see some goblins. And boy, I don't know what the hell is going on. Run that. Am I going to get some images? Weird. That's really weird. Maybe I remarked something. I don't know. No idea why that's not showing the images. No idea why those are not loading. Anyways, I can probably, nah, never mind. So, let me disconnect from the server and create a new map. Boy, I got a lot of work to do, huh? The hell. There we go. So it's kind of a candid view of what I'm doing. There's a lot of work I'm doing to it. So a lot of the cool features definitely need to be fleshed out. Um, but there's some other, I guguess I would say, just nice features that I've added. Like, okay, so I have my server room list here. Sorry about the mic bump. And I have my map toolbox here. Then I'll put my default alias tool over here. And I'll put my filter tool over here. That's pretty cool, right? So I kind of like that setup. Let's say I exit the software and I run it again. So I come back and I liked my setup. So if I click on any of these things, they go right back to where they started, right back to where you left them off. And I plan on doing this with all of the other nodes available, all of the other windows that'll be available, stuff like that. Like this one will have it too, instead of just opening up in the center, and the debug console will have that too. So if you have some setup you like, the software is going to remember it. And then this whole theme management. Okay, so I can move the toolbars wherever I want to. Later on, we'll be able to hide those. I can put this one down here, and whatever. And then if I close the software and then run it again, it's just going to remember that. It's going to start up like you just had it set up like that. So you can have all of that wherever you want them to be too, which I think is also another interesting and nice feature. The docks, I have it set up so that the docks will float around, and again, if I close that, the dock will pop up just where it was. So you can have, you basically could do whatever you want with it. And then if you want to put it back, you just press Control. It's a little funny how it works, but you hold down Control and then move it. And this is the error that I'm getting. What else do I got going on in here? I got a lot of work done on this, but there's still a lot left to do. Let's see here. That won't even open. Okay. So it's in alpha stage. At this point, at this build stage, I would consider it maybe playable. I guess the game tree needs to be corrected, but there's still a lot of work I want to do to it, and there's quite a bit I want to add. Like I can add a texture. That's kind of cool. Then I have a felt background. Man, I guess I just don't know what to show off. The aliases are kind of cool. We'll be able to add those later. I've basically unified everything. So kept everything separate but unified everything. So in the old software, the alias tool and the filter tool were together, but I'm going to have them separate, and then you'll be able to change them. But you can also add items here and edit items here. So if I want to change my default, I can. But I got little bugs that I got to work out. So this is Pious Paladin. Like I said, there's quite a bit of work that needs to be done, but it will get done. It will definitely get done. That's cool too. I like that. Prevents you from editing the server configuration while it's running. So yeah, this is what keeps me busy while I'm not cutting wood and doing yard work. I will leave a link to it in the description below, and you can check it out. Check out the web page, and there's a lot more information there, a lot more than I could contain in this video. But yeah, see you tomorrow.